Hurry. Okay, your finger's in the way. Okay, right there, that's good. Let's see, we're going. Okay, we're going. Hi everyone, this is Deb Jordan and I'm live for you. I'm live from Portland, Oregon, where Pete is being held a political prisoner at the Multnomah County Jail. I just had a visit with him, and I want everybody to know that he's in great spirits. He's smiling and laughing. He actually started working on his book, his memoirs, which is really good. So he started doing that, and also I just want everybody to know that he is so appreciative of everything that you guys are doing on the outside. He's getting little messages here and there from people, and he's so happy. So I wanted you to know that he appreciates your support. He understands that you all are supporting him, and he's happy about that. So, okay, so what's happening here? The ACLU has, you want to back up just a little bit? There we go. This is much better. It's like I've got my little leather jacket on here. But the ACLU has taken the case, and they are working in conjunction with his attorney, whose name is Tom Cohen. Now, I've had numerous occasions to meet with Tom, and he's just really awesome. He's a great attorney, and he's so open and excited about this case because it sets a precedence for everybody who practices free speech and everybody who is a podcast journalist or a YouTuber, anything like that. You know, if you're a freelance, independent, this case should interest you because what happens here is what the country is going to go by in the long run, is what we're thinking. So it's a very important case. It's going to be getting a lot of attention nationally, and we need your support. So Pete's going to fight it every step of the way, but he's going to do it responsibly. I can't express to you guys enough that I need for everybody to stay calm, and I need everyone to be responsible when you're talking about what's happening here. This makes us all angry. None of us are happy about what's happening here. Just be careful not to make any kind of threats to the United States Marshals or the FBI. You can call them douchebags, and you can call them corrupt. You can do all of those things, and you can express your opinion. Just don't level any kind of threats that may make you look bad, and may make Pete look bad. So let's be responsible about that. Okay, and so we're in the first phases of this. I know that he was going to go live and do a live interview, and he had second thoughts about that, and he's going to speak to his attorney first. But he still may be doing that. So let's just kind of hang tight and wait for him to get that in order and make sure he does it correctly and responsibly and doesn't do anything to hurt his case, because obviously they are looking at anything to hold against him, and his words obviously matter, even when they're taken out of context. So we have to be really careful about that, and we have to be careful about what we say. But he will be going live sometime this week, as soon as we work that out and we make sure that he's not going to be saying anything that's going to hurt himself or anybody else, the people that he cares about that are also being held. Now, talking about everybody else, I saw a handwritten note that Ryan Bundy had sent Pete, and it was a message of encouragement. Hang strong, be strong. Everybody needs to be strong. God is not finished with us. We're not finished here, and please be patient. And it's what they're telling everybody, telling one another. So his typical day is he wakes up, they have breakfast, they get to speak to one another just a little bit, they get a shower, they can speak with one another then, but very mild conversation, very low-key conversations. They get an hour to be out to take phone calls, meet with attorneys, and things like that. But For the most part, they're all in their cells, most 23 hours a day. They're in lockdown. And they're telling them that it's for their own safety. And I encouraged Pete that that is probably the truth, that they're not really sure how they're going to be taken in general population. So they're being safe, they're being wise, and that's a good thing. Even though it sucks for him, because you guys all know how Pete is. He wants to talk. He was very animated today when I saw him. His spirits were really high. He's concerned about all of you. He's concerned about his listeners. He's still concerned about his country. And he looks at this as an opportunity to make a difference. So he has every reason to hold his head up. He reported as a journalist. He gave people a view of Maher that nobody else gave, and and so in the end he's being punished for that, and that's truly that's my thought, that he's being punished, and they're making an example out of him, and we can't let that stand. I'm going to be reaching out to a few people here in the next few days, people that I normally wouldn't be reaching out to, but it's important that people in alternative media understand what's happening here and how this is going to affect them in the future. Anybody who goes to any kind of protest and they report live and they have an opinion or they're sympathetic to the cause, they're going to be running the risk of being surveilled by the FBI and the government building a case against them as journalists just because they are sympathetic or supportive of the message. I can tell you, Pete never one time was armed during this whole thing, and they've already said that's fact. They know that. They have no photos or no reason to think that Pete ever had a weapon. He was not in on their. He was not in the daily happenings at the compound. We went down there. As a matter of fact, even I've talked to some mainstream media people that I've made friends with here, and they will all tell you that Pete Santilli actually had less communication and activity with the people down in the refuge than they did. They were down there almost 24/7, and we're now learning that a couple of people from Oregon, I think it's either Oregon Public Broadcasting or Oregon Live, they spent the night. They spent the night in the refuge with the people. They spent the night there. So, and Pete never did. We never spent one night there. So, he wasn't in on their daily security meetings, or we weren't privy to what was happening. We would get a call just like the mainstream media would to let us know that they had something new that they wanted to say. And of course, Pete did a 5-minute update with Ammon once in a while. And so, that's it. I mean, that was his function. Although he wasn't supportive of the takeover of the refuge, he was very supportive and continues to be supportive of the message. And that's it. And they don't like it. He poked the FBI in the eye, the sheriff's department, Judge Grasty. He really pissed them all off. They wanted him really, really bad. And Grasty, it's going to come out in court that Grasty said he wanted Pete Santilli to leave Harney County in handcuffs. Sounds like a vendetta to me. This is, Pete is suffering from having a voice, having an opinion. They're also holding against him to keep him in there things that he said in Cincinnati, Ohio, in a stand your ground state, where it's illegal for police to come into your apartment at 4:00 in the morning, and it's quite a defense if you shoot somebody. If you shoot somebody and it happens to be a cop, it has been ruled as self-defense. You're allowed to do that in Cincinnati. So he has a great argument there, and we're going to try for release one more time, and we have one more chance at it. So we're going to keep trying, and everybody knows. Even we're hearing that even the U.S. Marshals who are on this case are saying, "Man, they are putting the screws to this guy," you know, and we all know that that's happening. Is what Pete and Ammon Bundy and those guys, what are they representing right now? They're representing a message that the government doesn't like, and they're all willing. They're all willing to take their lumps for this. They really are, including Pete, and he's going to fight this. He's got a great team. The Rutherford Institute is all over this. So is the ACLU. They're picking it up to help assist in his defense, and those are all good things. So I want everybody to hang in there. Like I said, he's happy as possible in this situation, but he's doing really well. He's working on things. His mind is working, and especially him writing his memoirs. He's been wanting to do that for a couple of years now, so he's got plenty of time. He wants to read. You can send him letters. He would appreciate that, without a doubt. You can write to him. I forget.
We'll get the address. It's I believe it's 1054 we'll get it out to you. Inverness, yeah.
It's the Inverness jail. It's the Inverness jail on the internet. It's the Inverness jail address.
Multnomah County.
Multnomah.
Yeah.
And it's MULT.
It's MONT. Multnomah.
Is it Multnomah?
We'll get it out and when we upload this video, we'll get it out to you.
Right. So, we had a great visit with them. They allowed us, usually it's only 30 minutes, they allowed us almost close to an hour to talk to him. He's getting along really well with, with everyone in there, and all the guys are doing well. So, Ammon Bundy, he's got a fight ahead of him, as do all the rest of the guys like Ryan Payne and Ryan Bundy, and I mean they've got a hard road ahead of them. But let me tell you this: Joe O'Shaughnessy was released yesterday. Now he gets to drive back to Arizona, and that is Monday, I believe.
Or Tuesday.
Monday or Tuesday, something like that. But he has been released. He's going to be going home, and of course he's got a GPS monitor on his ankle, so they'll be watching him the whole way. No doubt, somebody will be following him. I have no doubt about that too. So he's doing really well. We spoke to him yesterday. Took him some cigarettes yesterday, and he's doing good. He's doing really good, and we're happy that he's been released. And he's as shocked as anybody else that they've kept Pete, because Joe's got some past issues, and Pete was the one who talked Joe into not going out to the refuge, and so it's just shocking. It's shocking to him, and also they let Dwayne go, Emer, I think, and Dwayne has a long felony record.
Yes.
He was brandishing firearms down there, and he's been arrested like 30 times or something.
Yeah.
And they let him go. So everybody was shocked that they let Dwayne go and not Pete. Pete has he has no felony records. I don't care what those people are saying out there on the internet. He has, down just a little bit.
Sorry.
That's okay. He has no record, and never a history of violence. So, you don't have to agree with the man. You don't even have to like him. But what's happening here is not a good thing. So when it comes to not only just media, you guys, but when it just comes to our rights, period, of being able to say things and have them taken out of context, and have the government build a case against you for things that you said that aren't even related to a case that they're charging you with. I mean, this is a big deal. It's a real big deal. So I want everybody to stay close. Please keep donating. It's expensive to stay here.
Very.
I'm looking for a small apartment, so it won't be so hard on me to pay for. But for right now, I have to stay in a hotel. I have no other choice until I can find a place that's reasonable, close to the city, where I'll be able to travel back and forth. I will be going back to Cincinnati. There's travel expenses to take care of the things that I need to take care of at home. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take care of all that too. So if everybody could, please, I mean, if you can donate, it's so important right now. It'll keep me here, and I'm working really hard. We're researching, um, trying to find case law and other cases that will help Pete. And I'm working with the attorneys. I'm going to be meeting with the attorney in the ACLU. I'm a big part of this case. I'm a big part of, because I was right beside him throughout all of this for the last 4 years. So the work I do for them is invaluable, and I need your help so that I can stay here and keep doing that. So I promise to keep live updates, keep things going, keep you guys informed. Right now we're just in the first phases of this, where we're trying to gather our thoughts, trying to decide exactly what course we're going to take in his defense. So you guys will be a big part of that if you can help me out. If anybody knows out there of anything that can help Pete, anything that you know, I'm asking the e-militia to please put on your research caps and get to work and start gathering me things where people have been closely either charged with the same thing or closely charged with this, so that I can look at it and I can see what they did, and maybe I can get in touch with these people and talk to him. You guys know that Pete is the guy who stands for the underdog. He's taken a lot of flack for going to Baltimore and Cleveland and standing with the black people in those communities, these black neighborhoods that had their constitutional rights stripped from them by a police state, by the police force there, and one thing led to another, and it just became a riot. When people, it doesn't matter if you're black or you're white or you're yellow or red, when a people are so suppressed that they feel the only thing that they can do is something drastic, like the overtaking of a refuge, or burning down a building in Baltimore. It's not the people's fault. It's not, it's the government's fault. I mean, what kind of government pushes their people to the point where this will happen?
That's the only voice they have, is
Right.
to speak out like that.
Right. So civil disobedience in this case is turned into a felony. These guys, we reported on them every single day. You guys got to see what they were doing down there. And so, was it the right thing to do? From the very beginning, we said no. But we stayed with them and we supported them by being there and by telling their story, and so that it wouldn't be just one-sided. Just imagine what this whole thing would have been like if Pete Santilli hadn't been on the ground and he hadn't been showing you guys what was really going on, right? So keep supporting us. We promise to bring you more of this every single day. Starting on Monday, I'm going to be doing a regular broadcast for you guys and letting you know what's happening on the ground and how we're proceeding. This is what Pete wants. I talked to him today. He wants me to stay engaged with you all. And he needs your continued support. So stay with us, hang with us. We'll be staying in contact with you guys, and I'll drop into the chat every once in a while to let you know what's going on, and we'll just take it from there. I love you guys all. Please keep supporting us. I need your help, desperately need your help. So I'll be talking to you guys soon. Stay tuned. Don't give up on us yet. We're not finished. The fight has just begun. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks, everyone.